Hi, I'm Kevin Czajkowski. I'm the PI for Globe Mission Earth, and I'm going to talk about our first 5 years, the accomplishments we've had, and then what our plans are for the next 5 years, and do it in about 7 minutes. So this is our reach map. Each of the circles are a partner on the project. Um, University of Toledo, Boston University, Tennessee State, NASA Langley, Palmetto Cove Nature Center, and UC Berkeley and West Ed. And you can see our reach across the country. This was in 2019, and we make a reach map every year. And one of the things we do for NASA is make this triangle. Shows that we had in 2019 24 partnerships. We had 52 subject matter experts involved, 99 teachers, 26 undergraduate students. It's a little down from the year before, and then over 5,000 K-12 students. So one of our main things we do, of course, is professional development for the teachers. We follow up with the teachers throughout the school year and do webinars, school visits, and anyway, that's the type of thing we do. But this past summer, we had to switch to a hybrid system. As many know, we can't be face-to-face that often, but we see how in this picture in the lower left, we had a hybrid system where we had 5 locations. We had a trainer at each location, and then up to 5 teachers visit that location. We did water quality sampling, wore a mask, of course. And then in the afternoons, we met on Zoom, and you can see the picture here of us meeting in Zoom. The other accomplishment that's really important is having students do projects. So we have them do them for local student symposia. We also participate in the Globe regional symposia and have led some of those symposia before. Get the students involved in the International Virtual Science Symposia, the annual meetings for Globe, all that stuff. And the idea is to get the students to present as much as possible their science projects. We had a big influence on the solar eclipse in 2017. We had students and teachers and undergraduate students taking cloud surface temperature and air temperature observations. And one of our accomplishments from this was to publish a book chapter in collaboration with Kristen Weaver at NASA. Also, NASA Langley had done a few things, big accomplishments. They combined the school and Globe cloud protocols into one protocol, and that's also on the Globe Observer app. They also had a lot of accomplishments with My NASA Data. They revamped the whole website for My NASA Data. They created story maps. There's one on the hurricanes, one on urban heat islands. And then they developed these cubes where students could analyze data and maps by rolling the cube and answering questions at their level. Undergraduate students were something that we added. We organized professors who work with undergraduate students and brought Globe and NASA into the classrooms. Had the students taking Globe observations, oftentimes having them lead the protocol training for the other students, and then doing projects and entering them on the Globe website. And lastly, we had engineers. We had an engineering group, and working with undergrads, they developed sensors that were cheaper, made by, with components. And then those students wrote up manuals so that high school students could build the samplers. Now, in the next 5 years, a lot of our stuff is going to be continuing and expanding. So we're going to continue expanding the Globe and NASA assets that we use. So a lot of the NASA assets that were developed, the My NASA Data revamp, the story maps, now we're going to be moving those, getting more teachers to use them and more students to use them. We're going to engage more subject matter experts from NASA, and we've been doing more of that each year. But we also have an evaluation of these SMEs by the teacher and the students. Having the students do more presentations and helping them develop those presentations. A lot are going to be online for the next year at least. And then expanding professional development for the K-12 educators. And bringing on more Globe partners is one of our goals to help with the work with the educators. We're working to expand to more undergraduate institutions, engaging more pre-service teachers, and especially at historically Black colleges and universities. And David Paget is leading up that effort. We're going to develop more partnerships. So, these are some of the ones we have already, and we're going to work at developing more of those. And lastly, building on our collaborations with other science activation partners like the Aaron Project. In the first 5 years, many of our partners had Aaron come and fly kites and worked on those kites. So now we want to implement those more in the classroom. We had a webinar on September 17th, as many of you know, in which Tricia Swearen's group, NESIC, organized it. And then Elena Sparrow was involved. It was really good to have a joint webinar talking about all of the campaigns. There were over 100 people on that webinar. It was great. So if you want to get involved in some way, contact me or Janet. Here's some of our social media. And thank you for your attention.